The 2K25 on the Nintendo Switch is absolutely phenomenal. Now, granted, there are a couple hiccups on this version of it, but at least we're not running into WWE 2K18 like we did back then, because I bought that full price. Only now on the Nintendo Switch 2 does that actually run really well, but nonetheless, we ain't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about 2K25 for the Nintendo Switch. No, I didn't get a review copy of it, bought it with my own hard earned money. I bought this game, and I just gotta say, I've been having a blast playing it. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, if we were to compare, I'm not sure where I want to go with this review because this is all straight off the dome, right? Let's talk about graphics, because that's the first thing you guys are going to want to know about. Graphically, this game looks good. Now, I would say that on the level is comparable to the PlayStation and Xbox versions, with the exception being that there are certain things like lighting effects and luminosity that's just not the same. But granted, hell, it looks good, right? It looks good. Like, CM Punk, Omen, the Uso, and the Orton, everybody comes down to the ring with their entrance looking great. Another thing too, load times. A lot of y'all, look, I'm going to be jumping around. Okay. I'm going to come back. Actually, I'll get back to the load times in a bit. Let's keep talking about the graphics, right? The game looks great. It looks great when you're watching the entrances, when you're playing the game, just looks fantastic. And I will say that one of the things about the graphical fidelity of this is that when you're playing handheld, it still looks good. It's 1080p running 60 frames per second for just about everything, except for certain tie-ups and moves like grapple moves and finishers. When you're doing that within matches, it makes it go down to 30 frames per second. So I would say it's pretty much a variable refresh rate more than anything else. But I mean, it gets the job done, if we're going to be completely honest. Like, is it noticeable? Yes. Is it a little annoying? Not really. I mean, unless you're like someone who cares about every technical little detail. But for me personally, I think it looks great. I've had no issues with it. Like, other than that, I'm just like, oh wow. But that could be something that bothers you. Like, I don't know, maybe you want that full fluid 60 or higher if you're playing on PC all the time. But if you're playing on the Nintendo Switch 2, I grabbed the wrong thing. I was like, I was gonna grab the Switch 2 and talk about it. But here we go. If you're playing on this, you're perfectly fine with it. Now, when it comes down to loading times, let me go ahead and talk about the loading times. They are pretty much the same as they would be, like maybe slightly slower than PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, but they're fine. Like, you select your wrestlers if you're going into matches, match types, or if you're going into like my career or anything like that. You select it and you just go from there. Select your arena, match type and all that, and you just get into the matches and you're good to go. Even when you're doing stuff that could be very resource intensive on the Switch 2, like the Royal Rumble, it plays perfectly fine. Like, I have really experienced no type of slowdown or any type of graphical hiccups playing this on the Switch 2. So, and I play both portably and docked. So yeah, now you know. The only thing I haven't really spent a lot of time in, I would say, would be the creator wrestler mode. That right there is something that I just haven't. And to be honest, I haven't tinkered with creator wrestler in a wrestling game for like 20 something years. I think WWE Day of Reckoning 2 and SmackDown versus Raw was probably this. I think SVR '06 was like the last time I dabbled in a creator wrestler. Like, I haven't touched it since then. But the little bit I have dabbled in it, I didn't experience any long load times. So unfortunately, at the time of this recording, you can't utilize like full on community uploads for custom cause, or I'm saying cause, creator wrestler, but we used to say cause back in the day. I don't know if people still say that. I don't keep up with internet jargon, but you can't download cause, like community cause that people are using like universally across all the platforms. So that's an issue that hopefully they will patch out, and fix down the road. But I didn't experience any slowdowns, creating the wrestler or applying any type of accessories or tattoos or anything like that, attire. Everything seemed to be good. Same thing with creating entrance, no issues with that. And creating arenas and such like that, didn't have any issues with that. Now, I didn't record any gameplay footage of that, so hey, there are other content creators out there that have that footage if you're looking for it. But me personally, I just I was so busy playing it. I was like, oh shit, I need to hit record, and I forgot to do that. But hey, it is what it is. But nonetheless, yeah, I didn't. That's the thing is, I had a lot because when they announced this game, there was a lot of speculation as to how this is going to run. Is it going to run as good as it does on other platforms, or is this going to be another 2K18 situation? And so I had healthy skepticism, but I was like, hey, I got cash to burn. I'm gonna let's go ahead and try it out. But I haven't had any reason not to do it. And when it comes down to gameplay, the gameplay is fast and fluid and responsive. Tie ups, taunting, finishers, everything just flows really good. There's no, like I said, I don't experience or I haven't experienced any type of slowdown or anything like that. Other than like the fluctuating frame rate where the game runs at 60 with the exception of certain tie-ups and tie-ups, grapples, more so grapples and tie-ups, finishers and such. It fluctuates down to 30 frames per second. Now, personally, I think this is kind of similar to the Madden 25 situation or Madden 26 because I reviewed that for Nintendo Switch as well. And I think in that context that this is a situation where they didn't have a lot of time with the dev kits for the Nintendo Switch 2, so that's why you got such a varying performance on it. Like some games are running at 30 when they could easily run at 60, like Hogwarts Legacy and Madden. Those could easily run at 60. But I think it's a lack of a lot of companies getting the dev kits to work on these games. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, and I'm completely fine with being wrong. But yeah, everything with this game is good. No real issues. I can't think of any issues to think of when it comes to the game. I mean, like I said, entrances are great, gameplay is good, graphics are great. You got every mode that you have on every other platform. I don't think anything Nintendo specific. The only negative I could say is if you buy the game, it's not a game key card; it's a code in the box. So if you're gonna pick up the game, just buy it digitally. Just do that. But all that being said, definitely enjoying this game. I would love to stream it. I just don't know how many of you in the community would be interested in doing like online matches and such. Oh yeah, speaking of which, online matches playing this game are perfectly fine. I didn't run into any sluggishness or slowdown or anything like that. It felt great. But yeah, and that was me playing it docked with my Cat 7 cable plugged into it, and I've got 1 gig internet. I didn't have any latency or slowdown. And same thing when I was playing at Wi-Fi, because I have Wi-Fi 7E. I didn't notice any hiccups or anything like that. So, yeah, online is great. But yeah, that's my thoughts on WWE 2K25 for Nintendo Switch 2. Have you played it? Is it something you're considering picking up? If you want to pick it up, links will be in the description down below and pinned to this YouTube video. And other than that, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. And Julio.